Who's Joe? A distant voice asked. The earth itself seemed to cry out in agony, until finally the ground itself split open, and a horrific creature crawled from the ground, covered in mucus and tar. Joe, Mama? The creature whispered. The chat cried out in pain as they disintegrated into dust, and the whole world fell silent in fear. I did a little trolling, the wretched creature remarked, before burrowing back into the earth.
I like that one. Nice.
Yeah, the antibodies are live. I figured it out. I fixed it.
Figured it out?
That was
And
not
you
Tony
are, in
Soprano.
fact,
That was
coming
actually
through.
Matt's dad. So, you know.
So Matt's dad went to therapy?
No. Matt's dad sent me to therapy.
Oh. Rip. Well, at least you went, bud. At least you went. Just
Well,
like,
you know.
just like we all went through chapter 1178 of the old One Piece manga.
Mm-hmm.
Walking or waking from a nightmare. And, we have yet to start another cover story. Not sure when we will. I kind of missed the point, but we got a nice little reader request of a Captain Eustace Kidd being chased by a bull because of his red cape. And it's been what, like 300 chapters since we've seen Kidd? Actually, that's an exaggeration. It's been like 200 since he got fucking obliterated. So,
yep.
It's nice. It's nice to know that Oda's out there. Like, maybe I did Kidd a little dirty. Maybe we do a Pell for Captain Kidd. You know what I mean? Maybe we do that. But he's he's in the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, we know where he's at. Whether I like it or not. But we open up with Luffy dropping off Usopp and Brooks to the crew, and then Emu hitting the perfect dodge on the lightning breath, and bringing up that the dots are starting to connect for old Mu here. And then they try to do a diabolical covenant, not just a reversey, Domi reversey. Sorry, I'll get the name. But they attempt to flip the color palettes of Luffy and Loki here.
Let's just call it what it is. They tried to pull out a binding vow.
They did try to hit the binding vow, but unfortunately for them, Luffy and Loki are both immune, which is kind of big. We could assume that Luffy would be, because Nika is Mu's number one op. But Loki being immune is also interesting, which brings us to one of the other interesting things going on. And I would like for Oda to just come out and fucking say it. Is Chopper's going around and using his new power up like it's willy-nilly. He's like, I'm the best.
He doesn't know the mechanics of it. He just knows he can do it, so it's working.
Yeah.
It's like whenever my cousin and I learned about grenade jumping in Halo. One of us did it one time, and we're like, what? And then after that, we tried to do it every time, to varying degrees of success. But very, very similar concept here. But yeah, Zoro's like, maybe it's because you're such a good doctor, and we can't compliment Chopper, guys. He's the biggest tsundere of it all. All the books are missing from the library. And Mu is leaving home for the first time in 800 years.
Usopp did a little troll.
We did a little trolling. But yeah, that's the briefest rundown of the chapter. I'm sure we'll dive more in as we're about to we're going to get Elbath Part 3. I've been seeing people post online that like Elbath is over. Elbath was such a good arc, which Elbath is such a good arc, but also Elbath's not fucking over.
Yeah, I was like, it's
What?
not over. What do you mean?
What are y'all on
nowhere
right now?
near over.
Nowhere. Mew is coming. What do you mean Elbath is over? Well, okay. We don't know for sure that Mu is coming, but Mu is leaving.
They mean Elbath is over, like it's going to sink into the ocean.
No, they literally are saying like the arc is over.
Nah,
it's
the
not.
arc's not over until you get the celebratory. Like, nah, we're nowhere close to the celebratory dance at the end. Like,
depending on where Mu ends up being, depends on how many more chapters of Elbath we have. Because there's no guarantee that like Mu's coming to Elbath to put their hands on Luffy and Loki in person. Yeah. But in essence, all the threats, if we would like to call them, the saints, have all been dealt with to incapacitation at the very least. Decapitated 2 of them, and then we just pretty much beat Gunko down so much that like, you know, that is causing Mu to come. So I get what they mean by Elbath is over, but even if this was like the last fight in Elbath, we would still have like 2 to 5 weeks of Elbath wrap up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just my 2 cents on the situation. I don't like posting online too much, although I guess for traffic and building a community. What'd y'all think? What'd y'all think of the chapter?
Great chapter.
Some very phenomenal. Interesting. Yeah.
So I guess just to kind of take it in order, we definitely get a little bit of that backstory with some years ago, a ship of giants was spotted at sea. Their captain was especially gigantic, attacking only government assets while remaining unseen. Definitely gives kind of credence to after what happened to Harold. It seems like Loki was running free. So it just kind of makes me more curious as to what was the actual thing that they tied him to the bottom of the world tree for. Because because his whole thing was like, oh, I know the world government did this to Harold. So it makes sense that that's why he started going out and attacking only government things. But then, because I still don't think we really have like a full background on that, if I'm not mistaken.
I have a different perspective on that same thing.
We can assume it's for the village slaughter and patricide, but new information has brought this.
Yeah.
My alternative perspective is, remember at the very end of Thriller Bark when they were leaving? The Florian Triangle is very specifically a very dense fog, and they talked about the Thriller Bark only showed up here like 10 years ago, but the rumors about things disappearing in the Florian Triangle are like long, long ago, or from long, long ago. And that was chapter like 400 something, or like 500 or something. So I'm thinking Emu is talking about like some Void Century shit, and that's what Rox was on to, like that information or that lost information when he wanted Harold to eat the Needhog fruit to recreate the crew that was in the Florian Triangle in that era.
If I can take the lead here on this discourse here.
Can I finish up really quick, because this is a really strong finish? I think that crew in the Florian Triangle, headed by the giant dragon, was also the Galila giant pirates. Because if you look at the One Piece world map, you have the Florian Triangle, the Marijois Red Line section or whatever, and then immediately after that is Punk Hazard, where the Galila pirates disappeared. Admittedly, Elbath is on the same side as Punk Hazard, but if it's from the Void Century, it's possible they were going around the world without the Red Line being there. conversely, it's also possible they were hanging out on that side because, fuck Marie Joie, fuck the world government or something. Who knows? But
okay, there's some cooking going on here.
I feel very, very strong about this one. Back to Alex. Breaking news.
Well, I was just going to say, to also mention at the end of Thriller Bark, we did have the humongous humanoid shadows in the fog. Has still yet to be explained. But if it is in fact the Gali Law, an ancient giant pirate crew that was terrorizing the seas in a mysterious shroud of fog, I think that just might be it. I think that just might be it.
I have a feeling. And then they mysteriously disappeared in Punk Hazard. And, I don't know. Rox has been, all horned up for him ever since.
I mean, you can't blame Rox, we can say many things about Rox Dieselbeck, as, I'm sure he did, terrible things. From what we saw directly in the Loki Rox flashback. Good guy all around.
Kind of a jerk,
has
but
good, has good taste. I mean, you can be a good guy and still be a jerk. You know what I mean?
Back then, you were allowed to smack kids around, so Loki had it coming.
True. I mean, he did murder his mom.
He did have those weird cat eyes. He was asking for it.
Exactly. He knew what was coming to him. But
it looks like it was chapter 490. And yeah, there's very specifically a couple of panels there where Alex was talking about the giant shadows where it focuses in and it looks like there are two eyes shining through the fog.
Mm-hmm. And there's several of the shadows as well. There's several. Mm-hmm. There's 3 or 4. But it is enough to be a full crew of ancient giants.
Interesting.
And it was literally never explained. Well, no, it was just a thing that Oda threw in there. So for those of you that are saying that Oda does not think ahead, I believe that Oda. I think Oda definitely thinks ahead. Definitely, very much like if I ever actually do it, I know where I want to go with a story. I just don't necessarily know if all the pieces fit as nicely as I would like them to. But I know the things I want to hit. I know the things I want to show, and I know how I want to end it, and I know what I want to really nail in along the way before the ending, which is the culmination of it all. I mean, which is very much like One Piece, very much because we kind of started in the East Blue. We met all of our friends. We beat a couple bad guys. We got some subliminal messaging that One Piece really carries on. Then we got straight into Alabasta, which is essentially blows it all. We did Alabasta, then Skypiea, which just put everything pretty much out in the open as to what One Piece is about, because that's whenever we first see the actual some sun symbol we use for freedom. We essentially have what we're doing right now in the current story with Imu and the Celestial Dragons there with Enel and his guards, right? Very little Earth is left around. We have a certain protected group of people because they're willing to pledge their allegiance to the god figure within the people that are living on the decaying Earth that are not able or don't want to pledge allegiance to this figure, then trying to attempt to fight for freedom and the true history of what this place is about. So yeah,
I mean, I've always been a big proponent, big fan of the Skypiea has done so much foreshadowing for the entire story. Like, it is such an important arc. It's so good.
I don't want to quote the person, but essentially, I understand that One Piece is very long, and I don't like begrudge people for like dropping One Piece, but I feel like the correct place to drop One Piece is at the end of Skypiea. If you don't like Skypiea, you're actually just not going to like One Piece. Like, unironically, you're just not going to be into it. And that's my hottest take of all time. That's my hottest take.
Because I'll agree, like, getting into One Piece is a little hard in the beginning, but it's like, okay, it's kind of easygoing.
Just
but
skip
then
1,000 chapters. Pick it up in the Grand Line. Problem solved.
I mean, Oda did say you can pick it up post Wano, but I feel like to really get what's going on here, you really should.
Yeah, you really need to. Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently not. You can pick it up after Wano and just be perfectly in tune with what's going to come out next.
Yeah, like you didn't go and rewatch the anime.
I actually only rewatched the anime's good parts.
So, like 85% of it then? And you just read Fishman Island?
Sure, I actually watched Fishman Island. I actually watched Fishman Island and skipped most of Wano. That's the worst.
No, watching Fishman is not the move. You gotta read Fishman, and then like for Dressrosa.
No,
Dressrosa, you watch the law backstory.
No, I think Dressrosa was shit. But Doflamingo was kind of neat, but like,
hold on, what? What the fuck?
Doflamingo was kind of neat.
No, not that. Doflamingo is pretty neat, and he does deliver one of the best speeches in One Piece because it's incredibly real.
Shit from butt.
Can't even talk to you right now.
Bro was turning people into fucking dolls.
Yeah, she was turning people into dolls. She was in fact doing that.
Usopp. So go to Dark.
We got God Usopp, Senor Pink, we got Bartolomeo, we got Lucy. We got Law's backstory.
So
we have the introduction of Paramecia Awakening, so that way we know it's not just a Zoan thing. We have Doflamingo just being low-key kind of the fucking goat. I can say that. We have his brother, who is just the goat. Rosinante is, in fact, just the goat.
He didn't even do anything. He didn't even do anything. He's dead.
Matt, mute yourself.
No.
Yes.
Let me.
You're grounded from talking.
Be perfectly clear on this front.
You're grounded. You are grounded.
Rosie,
from talking. Dressrosa is not.
And Ace, couple of bums.
Really? That's the hill we're dying on here.
All I'm gonna say is Marineford would have been a lot better if the Whitebeard pirates didn't show up and just let Ace get executed. The world would have been safer for it.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't love Ace like that. To be honest, I'm not a big Ace fan myself. I don't get the whole. Oh my god, Ace is the best. Ace is what the fuck ever, man.
It's because he has cute friends.
I was gonna say it's the third.
He does. He is a cute boy. We'll give it to Ace. He is an attractive man.
I only care about the freckles. Everything else can kind of like.
I mean, I get it. I mean, he's walking around shirtless. You know. He's always hot. He's got the fun hat. You know, he's got the knees out. I get it. I get what the people are here for.
Otherwise, he would 100% have skin cancer. All
I don't know if skin cancer existed in One Piece. I'm gonna be honest.
If his body was not made of fire, he would not have an epidermis.
Fair enough. Well, that is maybe. I mean, we see people less dressed and just as exposed.
That's true.
But, you know,
so true.
All right. So besides Matt being wrong about Dressrosa, anything else you want to say about this episode?
Yes,
you're wrong about.
There's so much.
I haven't
even made it to the second.
Yeah, we've only talked about like one instance. Luffy punching the devil out of Gunko. Very similar to Chopper punching the devil out of giant pirates.
Which brings us back to the cover of that manga volume that mentions the four gods of what? Skypiea. And who was on the cover? Luffy, Chopper, Buggy, Blackbeard. Oda has cooked for 30 years at this point, really. And the Forever Soup has almost reached its apex of peakness.
Yeah.
So close. It's so close.
It's super interesting that did happen. And then very next page, we have the attempted Domi Reversi failing.
Yep.
And we get the as I suspected, ye are both. And my initial thought was they're both like the Willa D, and that's why it's such a big deal. But then I was like, well, Rox got possessed and he had the D. So this is something.
It's the fruits. It's the fruits.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, oh, it's probably like the legendary, like god type fruits.
Yeah.
And so
also Kaido's a bum.
Kaido's a fake dragon. Many people are saying this. Many people are saying this.
Many people might be right on this one.
Yeah.
Fish fruit model dragon? That's like saying fucking baby fruit model adult. You're really just a fucking like you're a 4 foot tall fucking dwarf.
Wouldn't that well, okay, let's not bring the dwarfs into this. I was gonna say, wouldn't that just make them like Charlie Kirk? They're just a baby adult. I know, I said I'm not gonna mention, but yeah, I'm still got a mild fire in my belly about work earlier today. And then I said it really loud in front of a customer who then like looked up and then she got real quiet because I guess she probably also supports Kirk. And like, at least she didn't ask me what I meant by this. I said I would have been fired.
Well, but I also like how the Chopper thing kind of got solidified this chapter too.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
My discerning eye is never wrong.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Yeah, you're welcome for mentioning that.
What do you mean? I mentioned it last week.
I mentioned it last week. You can go listen to the episode. I pointed it out. Then you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't even notice this.
No, okay. I most certainly did not say I didn't notice that. I got excited and went on a whole tangent about the implications of it.
I edited the episode. I think I would know. I think I would know this.
I think you edited the episode to represent yourself in a brighter light.
What do you? If I did that, like half of our TikTok clips.
No, that's just how much I shine.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I mean, this is America.
Some stars cannot be diminished, no matter how mediocre and white. I'm talking about white dwarves. Chill.
Yeah, white dwarf star is some of the densest stars in the entire galaxy. Yeah.
Unfortunately, very mediocre. Small, not that bright.
True, they are in fact not as bright as the red
just
giant.
Like me. They're just like me.
Just like me for real.
Small, dense, not that bright. Yeah.
Speaking of those that are bright, what do we think the librarian owl did with all the books?
That one's a stumper, actually. I don't remember what that owl's power was. Shrinkage, was it?
It was something along the lines of like, because I remember Robin reading the books was like, oh, they're too big and they shrunk down to her size. Yeah. So
maybe it's like a domain expansion. The library's not real. That's their domain.
You keep saying domain expansion. We are watching JJK season.
I know, and I'm going to hate it, but like, this is the last time it's going to be good.
True. I don't have the heart to tell my coworker that's watching it weekly that it ends awfully.
I can do it. I have a whole speech. Notably as well.
Yes. The bird did eat Iku no Mi. It's the growth fruit, so they're able to change the size of objects at will. Which is actually such a useful devil.
So what if they just
that's going up there in top 20 most real life useful devil fruits of all time.
Didn't we have that fruit? Wasn't there a giant that ate that fruit and she made herself tiny? Or is that a different
power?
The
shrink.
What the fuck's the difference?
Shrink is for yourself, grow is for other things.
Have you tried turning your fruit to Wumbo?
Well, I mean, we've had...
Yeah. It's also not canon, which is how I know you watch the fucking anime, because you don't skip filler.
I told you I watched the anime, only the good parts, which was basically everything but Wano.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. You didn't see fucking Hedgehog get crucified?
I also skipped most of the East Blue because I don't care about introductions.
That's fair. You really only need to watch Arlong Park. That's required viewing.
I don't think I did that.
Well, that's okay. When Studio Wit remakes it, we'll put it on the list and watch it again.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Exactly.
This is my 12-episode season of One Piece. I'm so excited to review it.
And then I guess last thing is we kind of touched on it, but do we think Imu is actually
shame this man for not watching Arlong Park?
Will leave Mariwa and maybe meet them later down the line, like cut them off.
I'm wondering,
where would Mu go other than Elbaf? I'm thinking Alabasta.
Well, I'm also thinking, what if Mu knows where the One Piece is and knows what the One Piece is, and that's part of the whole, like, we can't let people do it, and he goes to just cut them off, you know? Maybe it's one of those, like, he knows where the island is, but doesn't know where on the island the One Piece actually is. Well, actually, nah, because then they would just fucking space laser that shit.
Yeah, they would just space laser it.
I'm wondering if maybe they're not going to be gathering reinforcements. People more
don't need reinforcements.
Susceptible, I guess, rather than being like remotely Domi reversied. I'm wondering if maybe they're going to, you know, directly infect a bunch of people with the tendrils that didn't work on Luffy and Loki, and maybe that will be a more like permanent thing, because Domi Reverse, he's been kind of like jokified at this point.
It's not jokified. I mean, the people who resisted it makes sense who resisted it. Unless you're talking about, neat. We can just kill them and
Luffy
then they're fine.
Chopper being able to cure them if it's a god fruit thing, also neat. But yeah, the fact that it's just like, oh, by the way, if you just hit them hard enough, they're all better. It's like,
yeah.
All right, well then, like, why?
It's like hitting the TV.
Turns out, like,
you can't hit them now.
Heals them too. Like, you hit them and they don't even like. There's no consequences for. So, like, you know, they played on the whole emotional side of like, oh, I can't fight you. You're my crew members. And then it turns out you can fight them, and if you do, that's how you get your crew members back. So, like, now you have guys out here smiling like, ha ha ha, you owe me lunch money, motherfucker. And it's like, thanks, that's Domi Reversey now. This big horrible thing that happened to Rox that was going to make him kill his family apparently is,
you know what?
Super easy.
I think you just kind of helped prove one of Alex's old theories correct. Because, what do you do if you want to get your crew back? Davy back fight.
That's true.
That's true. This is true.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see the return.
It's too. I hate to say it, but Long Ring Longland might actually be an incredibly important arc. Not just because it's us meeting Kuzan and it leads into Water 7.
The fucking Foxy pirates capture the One Piece.
It also
we're the best at cheating. Get Davy back.
And we also get the strongest form of Luffy, Afro Luffy. So imagine Afro Luffy going Gear 5.
I was just talking to Eileen about that like an hour ago. We finished watching the live action, and I told her about Afro Luffy, and I said, I don't think they have the balls to do it live action. I don't think Inoki Godoy will put on a black scent.
He's mildly allowed to, as he is Brazilian. So we're around there. You know what I mean? Like we're in the waters. But
the world let Ariana Grande get away with it for too long to be mad about someone else doing it for 30 minutes.
Everything except South Asian.
Just you wait.
So it's gonna happen at some point. At some point, we're gonna get Ariana Grande. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't for me to.
No, but like I get it.
But fucking. Anyways, yeah, I fucking Zoe also might be from Longland, as all the animals there. Well, have you seen the skeletal picture of Zoe?
No.
They too have the double leg joints like all the other animals from Longland.
Interesting.
And Longland is kind of shaped like it got hit by a prototype space laser. As all the islands are in a centrical ring, and then the middle is just water. So, it's reasonable to assume that a prototype space laser would not create the vacuous hole in the middle of the ocean that we so know and love today, as what happened to the Lucia Kingdom, allegedly. Although I don't think the Lucia Kingdom ever existed, really, at the end of the day, when we think about it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, or whatever the fuck was over Water 7. Or Underwater 7.
Or water.
Oh.
Probably.
At least 6 waters, really. But it's called Water 7.
What happened to Waters 1 through 6? World government. What happened to CP 1 through 8? World government.
Well,
actually Straw Hat Pirates.
Well, yeah, Straw Hat Pirates took care of CP8. We saw that when they went to G8. But yeah, 1 through 7 are alive and kicking. They're fine.
They know their place.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a good chapter. I am excited to see what more of the Elbath arc is in store, as we're not done. We're not done with Elbath.
Speaking of not being done.
We're not done with Elbath for no other reason than this, outside of finding the One Piece, has been the most teased arc of all time.
Yeah.
Like, literally since like we got to the New World.
Whoa.
Like unironically, since we got to the New World, I think 40 chapters after that is fucking Little Garden, which is when we meet the giants, learn about Elbath. Usopp affirms his actual goal.
Even if we don't see Imu come directly to Elbath for a fight, even if they go somewhere else to do something else, and it's like, that's why they're leaving the Holy Land, is like for big picture nonsense. Mm-hmm. We have so many loose ends that need to be tied up, with Sommers putting himself back together. We still have Killingham, I guess, being held hostage. We have Gunko, who is... I'm not sure if Gunko's frozen solid, or if they just froze solid the Emu devil spirit that came out of Gunko. But we saw Loki shrink down from his dragon-sized form to use Ragnir and do his special Niflheim attack. And in that same page at the end, as Summer's putting himself back together, you see Emu work out of the ice block, and they don't seem to have noticed it because they're talking about, old man Luffy and the squirrel going to get him food or whatever.
Yeah.
It's clear there's still there's still stuff that needs to happen before they can even say, like, job's done, even if he doesn't show up to wreck the whole thing.
Exactly. And would it be weird if Elbaf is the only arc where we feasted at the beginning but not at the end? I think that's a possibility, depending on Mu's actions. I think that's a real possibility.
Yeah, I could see that, because this is also, like, depending on how everything goes, this might be like the last relaxation they get until the actual One Piece.
True. We got it, because
what if Imu says, I'm leaving the Holy Land for a bit, and they're not gonna go to Elbaf to fight? They're gonna go to Elbaf to drop the fucking nuclear bomb on them.
Do it in person?
They're just taking they're taking the space laser the long way.
They're the one that kills Usopp.
Well, we're gonna have the end of Elbaf. They're gonna have their feast and everything and leave, and then in the horizon as they're sailing away, Hammer of Dawn. That might be the only thing left in the manga that can do damage to Loki and Needhog.
Maybe, dude. I'm a little upset we didn't get the hybrid whenever you shrunk down. Get it.
You know what?
That just means we'll get it later.
Yeah, we're probably looking at that as like the final moment of power scaling.
That's definitely going to be there at the end. But I guess we'll round this out with predictions. We actually had a meaty One Piece this week for a pretty short chapter. Mainly because we had to stop for 5 minutes to understand why Matt doesn't like Dressrosa, which is just ununderstandable, genuinely. But we're going to go into predictions now and just leave that in the past. Until next week where I bring it up again.
I think that when we get the books back, I think that we're going to get more information that was kind of sprinkled in from the Ohara days. I think the books are going to come back, and Nico Robin's going to be able to look through them, and she's going to find the books that Saul salvaged. And I think we will get... I hate to say it, but I genuinely think we're going to get another really big lore piece backstory kind of bit. Like flashbacks to kind of what the Void Century was before Elbaf is over. I genuinely feel like that's kind of where we're going, and I also feel like we're not gonna fight Imu here on Elbaf. I actually think that they're gonna leave. I think they're gonna leave Elbaf and then run into Mu. I think that's at least what I'm feeling right now.
Okay, Matt, what are you feeling? As this is the year of you being correct.
I have a feeling that kind of a long-range meta prediction. We have filled in another piece of the Harley, and it looks like more or less the only thing we're missing is probably going to be the Lunarian on the left side now. Because in the front we've got a regular sized giant with a mink and a fishman. The giant fish below the fishman representing the folks from Wano. At the top we have Nika and a Lunarian plus that big old space whale, which I think is more Lunarian stuff. I don't know for certain, or maybe that's something we have yet to encounter.
Are you kidding me?
You
watched season 2 of One Piece. You encountered it.
It's
fucking Laboon. It's Laboon. What do you mean?
It probably is Laboon, but he can't fly. That's kind of the whole dilemma.
Yeah. It's an artistic representation.
No, that's fair. That's fair. We also have Emmett, and at the very top center, it appears to be the Needhog.
does in fact appear to be the Needhogg.
Interestingly enough, the Needhogg is positioned in a way where it looks like it is kind of bridging the gap between all three phases of the Harley.
That's where
it's positioned over the second world, facing towards the first world, where it looks like it's fighting the giant serpent, and Loki being the human form of the Needhogg, and also the form he specifically chose to take down his greatest enemies, being Harold, being this version of Emu, in his giant form rather than Needhogg form. We might be looking at something here. Interestingly enough, no Ragnar.
True, Ragnar is in fact. I'm looking at it now. Trying to find where the Lunarian is. I see the mink
right above
the cyborg,
or right above Nika, in front of Laboon. You can see the little fire above their head or behind their back and their wings.
Yeah, I see. Wild take here.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that this is wild. What if it's actually not a Lunarian and it's the original holder of whatever Chopper's fruit is? Well, what better way to literally slap the devil out of someone?
That's very possible.
I mean,
like, I get that it has the stroke for the fire. I understand this, and I get that the Lunarians were on the Red Line originally beforehand. I know that we're going to get some form of like Lunarian culture backstory somehow in the story. I'm just saying it's with Chopper's seemingly
here's a
passive
twist. Yeah,
unlocked level up. I think it is possible that he ate a human food model, whatever this Lunarian.
Here's the idea. Chopper's forms representing different versions of humans, which we've kind of addressed the idea of like they're all different races or whatever, tribes, but they are all still humans at the end of the day. That was the big point of Fishman Island.
Okay, yes, this is true. That's why Chopper Luffy did the blood transfusion, yeah.
Yeah. Chopper has the monster point that seems representative of the giants. He has the kung fu point that seems to be very representative of the, I forget what they're called, but the people from the island where he was on that time skip, or during the time skip.
Yeah.
After Sabaody.
Yep.
It seems his Bigfoot form is very buccaneer coded. So what if Chopper has a Lunarian form, and that is Chopper with their awakened devil fruit in the Harley there?
I think that's super possible. Yeah. I'm just looking at him now. He has. Okay, well, who would be? Look, I'm on board with this, but who's guard point? Is that who you're saying is the Buccaneers? That's when Chopper gets all fluffy.
The one
I'm on board with this overall, though.
I'm not 100%
like obviously Chopper doesn't just have a human crew at this point. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain about all of the forms. Just those were the ones I could think of off the top of my head.
No, yeah, I'm just because we could argue that Walk Point is his hybrid form, as he is in fact canonically a reindeer, so that would make sense,
right?
So that being the hybrid, and then whenever he's in brain, which is how he normally is, that's like the regular human point. The best thing about us in every universe is in fact just our intelligence. We're never faster or stronger or more stealthy or anything. It's always, we really pride our brains. Like dolphins can't kidnap people also and build underwater cities. But yeah, and then yeah. So I don't know. I kind of like this because I'm excited to see what Black Chopper is. Because he's a little freak. He's a little, you know what I mean?
A freak of
he
nature.
Really is. Like in the best way possible. Like all the Straw Hats are freaks of nature in their own way. But like Chopper is like the freakiest freak.
Crazy that we got Chopper upscale before Usopp upscale in the Usopp arc.
What's crazy is that we got Chopper upscale or we got GTA 6.
Usopp did a little trolling at least.
Usopp does do a little trolling, but you know, that's also why Elbeth isn't over. Usopp hasn't had his power up, even though he has fully achieved being a brave warrior. I think we can all agree at this point.
Yeah, he Usopp stood up to an enemy stronger than him when he was afraid.
Yeah, so who do we... Okay, just a bonus question before we get out of here. Outside of Usopp, because he's the first, which of the Straw Hats do you think will achieve their goal next?
I kind of said, but I think Robin, in the sense that she'll be able to read the library from Ohara.
Yeah, that's a good one. I also think Robin, because it would either be Robin or Frankie, because I don't even know. I don't even remember what fucking Frankie's goal is.
Well, I know Matt was kind of talking about it, but he could possibly make the.
Yes, that's right. He's gonna make the ancient one.
Tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Nami will probably be the last because she still has to go visit 3 whole other oceans before she can make the entire map of the world, because she has not been to the West, North, or South Blue.
Right.
So like she's like the last one
before they find the One Piece.
And then
Bro, I think the One Piece isn't even in the Grand Line. Imagine! Oh my god!
It's underneath the red line.
It's just in the fucking North Blue somewhere, just chilling.
Yeah, we're gonna see Zoro reach his goal before Luffy because he just wants.
All he has to do is, that one's easy. That's a given, I'd say, because it'll happen even before they fight Blackbeard or the world government.
Yeah.
So it's before the One Piece.
I think the All Blue we're going to make towards the end of the story with a giant fist and a giant dragon. We're going to make the All Blue. That'll be Sanji. Brook's going to see Laboon before then. Space Goal is going to take a long time for true species equality. But we're working on it, Jinbei. We're working on it even out here. And then I don't think we're ever going to actually see Chopper do it because he wants to cure every disease in the world.
Yeah, but
he might be able to make it like a panacea or something.
I don't know.
I would feel sad if we didn't get to see all the Straw Hats do their goals, you know.
I mean, it's One Piece. We will see all of them achieve.
Well, except Nami, because I don't think Oda's gonna unless he does a time skip thing.
He'll probably do.
Okay.
He'll probably do a time skip thing.
Like, oh, here's 40-year-old Nami. She sailed all the oceans, and here's the map she made.
Chopper found out his devil
for like $200.
Spit in a vial, and it cures all your diseases.
Dude, I know you're shit posting, but he's literally slapping the devils out of you.
I mean, we're getting there. Just contact with him. He is literally a faith healer. He is touching you and curing your blindness.
Oh my gosh, he's doing the paladin build that y'all wish I did in Baldur's Gate 3.
I think I would have been fine with any paladin, just, a little less murdery.
I wasn't even being murdery, dude.
You were being kind of murdery.
I got jumped in Baldur's Gate by the people, by the 6 people. It's not my fault. They all ended up in the bottom of the ocean.
It's a little murder.
That's not.
Look, I wanted to have a nice day at the carnival, and you know what happened? A fight broke out. I wanted to have a nice day at the fight, and a carnival broke out.
I just wanted to have a nice, fun time in the Underdark, and y'all were taking forever in the tavern. And then I walked outside of the tavern, and then the spider-fuck showed up on me. And I was like, hey, guys, I didn't mean to do this, but I'm going to have to murder some people now. I'm sorry.
You used the
but it was in self-defense.
My suspicions.
It was in self-defense. And I clutched it. I'm sorry.
You know what else was in self-defense?
This small break before we get into the 100 girlfriends who really, really love you.
Really love you.
I don't know if I really, really, really love them.
That's just because you haven't met the right soulmate yet, you know?
Yeah, you haven't locked eyes with them and immediately changed your whole life. You haven't had a face-to-face with God about it yet.
Well, that's for damn sure. I'm not talking to God about shit and or fuck.
You heard it here first, folks. Alex and God not on speaking terms. We'll be back after the break to see if we can fix that. Join us again on the Maury Povich Show.